Nigerian Fuji veteran singer Akorede Babatunde Okunola, popularly known as Saheed Osupa, this name is actually very, very tricky, has ordered the withdrawal of his legal case against controversial Afrobeat artist Habeeb Okikiola Badmus, known widely as Portabl. This is after Portabl was remanded at the Okekure Correctional Center in Ilori for failing to meet the bail conditions set by the Upper Area Court in Kwara State on Monday, April 14th. Yes. Recall that the 31-year-old singer was granted bail in the sum of 1 million naira, conditional upon the provision of 2 sureties in like sum, one of which must be either the chairman or secretary of the Performing Musician Association of Nigeria, while the other must possess a landed property within a government residential area backed by a valid certificate of occupancy. Also recall that he was arrested on Sunday, April 13, following a petition filed by Osupa in which he accused Portabl of criminal defamation, threats to life, incitement, character assassination, and conduct likely to disturb public peace. Now, Osupa's team, in a press release, have not only announced a withdrawal, but also clarified the reason for the initial legal charges against Portabl. They stated that the proceedings were filed as a response to what they regarded as a gross violation of intellectual property rights and an unacceptable pattern of defamation and public misconduct. They went on to add that the legal case aimed to serve as a precedent to deter unruly behaviors and promote responsibility, especially among younger artists. So Portabl has been, the charges against Portabl has been dropped. So far so good in this particular one. But generally, what do you make of this story? And do you think Portabl is likely to get into another trouble, just as he always is now? Is like becoming a norm. He's always getting into trouble and getting in and out of prison. But generally, DJ Remedy, what do you make of this particular story?
Portabl, every time Portabl, every story Portabl. Yeah,
it feels like he enjoys it actually.
Yeah, I think he enjoys it. That is his own character. I don't know if I would say that is his own character or his own lifestyle.
But this is now making him lose sight of the music, don't you think?
Yeah, he's making him to lose sight of the music. They said that most people are tired of this his way, or the way he portrays himself now. A lot of people are getting fed up with his own lifestyles.
Every day he's always getting into one trouble or the other. But now, for people who feel he should have provided at least a surety. Now he was not capable of providing. Do you think Osupa was lenient enough to actually just drop this?
I think it's a good thing what Osupa did, Saheed did. But I don't think he has dropped this case finish. I think they're supposed to be an undertaking. It's going to be an undertaking for this.
Yes. He gave him some conditions to meet actually.
It's not that Portabl can't find someone that can sign the sureties, but you're going to sign the surety for somebody. You might be thinking, someone like Portabl, he might still go and do that thing back again. So that's why most people are just scared and they just want to give the guy his own way. So that is another thing.
So do you think for young ones now that want to get that people know that okay, these people are troublesome, how do they remedy that sort of situation? Now, in the case of Portabl might now at this particular case decide that okay, I don't want to get into trouble again. But because he is now something that is like a recurring decimal, so to speak, he gets into trouble. Yeah, let's take for instance now he comes to you now, Remedy, and say, okay, Remedy is the secretary of the PMAN, or or the chairman, and he comes to you as somebody, or you possess a land in GRA, and he comes to you and be like, okay, please, Sir Remedy, I want you to shorty me. I will not get into trouble again. Now, but because he has always been getting into trouble, would you want to believe that he will not get into trouble again?
No, before you sign a shorty for somebody, even the law will tell you, before you sign a shorty for somebody, you're supposed to know that person in and out. Now, someone like Portabl, and he comes in and says, okay, please come and sign this shorty for me. And you know his previous stories, his stories like every 3 months keep occurring. And he comes to you, you ask yourself again, if I sign this thing for this guy, will he change or will he not change? And when you go back to his past lives and his past record, you find out that, sorry to say, he doesn't want to change. And most of them will just be scared like, this, I can't do this. Because anything that happens later, you're the one signing the shorty. Anything that happens later is you, the court will not face.
For young ones, what lessons should they pick out of this particular one, seeing that, okay, people don't want to sign shorty because of his past life or way he lives?
Like something that I said one time, I said, hard work without character is like a building without a good foundation. So if you are good in what you're doing, but there's no character, definitely it will take you down. It will take you down. There are some places you can't go. No matter how good you are, there's some places you can't enter. There's some functions you're not going to be invited for. There's some seminars, when they look at your character, your behavior and everything, they're like, okay, no, this is not what the next generation want to learn from. But definitely you're good, but your character is out of it. So the young ones now, no matter how you're striving to meet up in life, one thing you must put is character. Character is the benchmark, is the foundation of your hard work.
Character is the benchmark of your hard work. I think if there's nothing you were picking out from this conversation today, just pick out that character is the benchmark of your hard work. And there are things you won't be, there are things you won't be allowed to do based on the character choice you've made. Now, on having right characters, do you have somebody you'd advise the young ones to look out for, or how would you advise them to build right characters? Because now celebrities, people model their life around celebrities, or they tell you they model their life around their parents, or celebrities, superstars they see, and they want to be like, okay, somebody sees you now, a growing child in your hood sees you as DJ Remedy, likes how you do your thing, and decides to follow in your footsteps. Now, how would you advise them to go, seeing this kind of thing? Portabl now might be role models to some other person. Now, people feel, okay, this is how he gets famous. This is how he does his things, and I want to do my life like this. So what advice would you give to people that model their life around this particular person?
You know, one thing in life is that when you're coming up, maybe from any of your craft, your handwork, there are some people you're looking up to.
Yeah.
There's some people you want to learn from. But you're supposed to know the good side and the bad side. That's why you also have people say, okay, I have a role model. This is my role model. This is my mentor. This is what I look up to. But there are some things your role model or your mentor might not be doing properly. You as an individual, you're supposed to know that, okay, this thing is not right. This is not the way to go. But there are some things, again, you might love from him. So you're supposed to balance the two. But if it's okay, this is your role model and you want to follow his lifestyle and everything, definitely you end up with him. And you end up just like him, the way he's behaving.
True. So know what to take from your role model and what not to take from your role model. Know the lifestyle to choose. Know what to learn also while you model your life around them. I think character and knowing what to take from your role model, in quote and unquote, now is actually the key.